Alright, we're into game 3, and Kupermeister is Zerg, which is going to be a disappointing thing for MarsBar to find out. Because, of course, Coop played Zerg last year, and it's always probably going to be his most comfortable race. You know, I've personally played random in StarCraft for about 5 years now. And I'd like to think I'm, pretty comfortable with all 3 races, but I'm still significantly better at Protoss than the other 2. And it's kind of hard to put my finger on why exactly. It just doesn't have those kind of low points in the game. When I play Zerg, there's certain styles if I'm up against that I just get to a certain stage of the game. Maybe it's the mid game, maybe it's the late game, maybe it's the early game, depending on what style and what map it is. What style I'm playing against and what map I'm playing it on, where I just find that I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing, and a bit of dithering, and then all of a sudden I've got a mineral bank, or all of a sudden I don't have enough free supply, or I don't have enough larva. Something goes kind of a little bit off. Now, I don't always find myself in that circumstance, but it happens much more as Zerg, or again as Terran. I'll sometimes find myself just not entirely sure what I need to build to counter what my opponent's doing. Whereas when I'm playing Protoss, it just doesn't happen. I'm just that little bit more comfortable with it, that little bit more polished with tech switches. So I'm playing my game, I scout my opponent, I see what they're doing, and I think, right, I'm going to have to switch to this tech. It's that transitional bit. Those are the bits I think that make the difference. I'm comfortable with the transition as Protoss. I'm not going to have a dip in my army supply. I'm not going to have a block or a bottleneck in that process while I smoothly transition from whatever it is I started on Gateway to Robo, or from Robo to Air, or from Templar Tech to Robotech, whatever it might be. Whereas if I'm playing Terran and I start as Bio, and I realize later in the game Bio style isn't going to work for me, I need to transition into Battle Mech or whatever it's going to be, I really struggle with those transition points still. But I guess that's maybe the difference between playing a race for 12 years and playing a race for only 5 years. I don't even know. And I'm expecting you guys to do this stuff having played a race for 5 weeks. High expectations. That's what we're all about, isn't it? That's one of the teaching standards, by the way. Teachers will have high expectations of their students, and I do. Looking forward to one of you guys beating me on the ladder some night. Okay, 6lings are going to come in. What is here to deal with them? Literally nada zilch. In the one game where MarsBar has not built a zealot before the side core, that one game where he's attack them! Oh. Okay. Oh god. Yeah. So right. Yeah. I mean, Coop, to his credit, told you that he was Zerg at the start of the game, and you didn't build a wall. Yeah. And like the last 2 games, you have gone Zealot before side core, and up against Zerg is the game that you choose not to. Anyway, this is over. So I didn't really get a chance to talk about Blue Shift, but that's okay. Blue Shift's a funny map. Look at these bases right over here. Look at them. You know a game's gone well when you're expoing here. It's like, what? How much map have you got before you think, right, I'll drop an expo here? Yeah, so pretty cool map, and very hard to split this map in half in any way, shape or form with these freakish expos on this side. Anyway, it is GG, and it's Kupermeister that takes the clean sweep to actually, unfortunately, knock out MarsBar. So MarsBar is our first round 2 casualty, and Kupermeister is our first qualifier for round 3. GG.